This happened at the end of 2017. My three friends, Nick, Nolan, and Matthew, used to study in the same college. After the college exams, I was sitting at home, taking a month off. One day, my three friends and I decided to go to Charleston for this holiday. One Wednesday morning, the four of us took a bus to Charleston. Departing a little late, it was evening before we reached Charleston. We made a mistake by not booking the hotel in advance. And this time, the number of tourists visiting the places of interest is much higher. We searched almost all the hotels nearby and did not find any rooms. All the rooms are already booked. After much searching, we found a room in a hotel a short distance from the city. The hotel was quite old. However, we had no problem, because the environment around the hotel was very nice, surrounded by lush green vegetation. From here, we can see the distant hill range. There is no mechanical noise, only the chirping of crickets and the occasional chirping of birds. We liked the hotel very much. The hotel receptionist asked us,
"Sir, how many of you will be there? Because we have only one room left."
আমরা চারজন থাকবো।
"Well, the four of you stay here. The room has 2 beds. You can stay quite well. Hopefully there will be no problem."
The receptionist gave us the key to the room. As soon as I entered the room, I saw 2 large beds, and the kind of white sheets that are usually spread in the hotel. Nick first entered the washroom. Matthew and Nolan sat down on the soft cushioned sofa. I sat on the bed. Suddenly it seemed as if someone was calling us outside the door. Female voice. I opened the door of the room and saw a woman standing silently in front of the door of the room in front of us, looking at me helplessly. I turned back and called Matthew. "Matthew." Later, I look at the front again. There is no one there. Matthew came and asked me,
"What happened? Why are you calling?"
"Hey, this is a while ago, a woman was calling us." I opened the door and saw a woman standing in front of the door. Then I turned and called you, looking around again. I saw that the woman was not there.
Damn it, there is something wrong with you. I was in the room where I did not hear any call. Listen, you have traveled a long way and you have not eaten any food in your stomach. You have hallucinations. However, I have heard that in these old hotels, different types of dissatisfied souls roam around.
I understood that Matthew had mocked me with his last words. After dinner, the four of us lay down. Nick and Nolan in one bed, and Matthew and I in the other. Suddenly, I found myself standing on a street, and the field around that street. Some trees and hills including tea gardens in the distance can be seen. Moon's light is falling on the mountain. This time I noticed a woman standing on the street, and the sound of crying coming from that woman. I went to the woman and saw that she was the same woman I had seen in front of our room. It's as if she's asking me for help and crying. Suddenly, I heard the sound of a boy crying from the side. I looked over and saw the boy standing under a tree and crying. With a sigh, I woke up. I look at the clock, at 8 o'clock in the morning. Everyone is still sleeping. I immediately called Matthew and woke him up and told him about my dream. He told me, "It was just a dream. There is no reason to worry about this." However, I became very upset about this and told Nora and Nolan about my dream. They started joking with me about it. Nick said,
Damn fool, it's just a mistake in your mind. Is anyone so upset by dreaming?
Anyway, we had breakfast and went to visit different places around this hotel. Then I came to the hotel and sat in the dining room of this hotel for lunch. Meanwhile, Matthew went to our room for a job. After some time, Matthew came in front of us and started frequently breathing. Without saying a word, he pointed to our room. We hurried to the room and saw that there was nothing unusual. Matthew tells us that when he reached the room, he saw a woman hanging on a rope tied to the fan in our room. Then Nolan said,
"Are you kidding us?"
Then I look at Matthew, his eyes widening in fear. It is clear from his eyes that he is not lying. There must be some unnatural things in this hotel. That night, we went to bed a little scared. Waking up in the morning, Nick and Nolan call. I noticed that Matthew also woke up. Nick and Nolan are both very worried. They say that they both dreamed like me. But the woman asked them to help me save her son. At that time, we went to meet the manager of this hotel. After much pressure, he told us all the facts. 5 years ago, a man came to this room with his wife and one of their children. The man used to torture his wife a lot. On the second day, after arriving at the hotel, the man hung his wife's throat to a rope with a fan. He even killed his son and buried him somewhere far away. And since then, the woman's soul has occasionally sought help from anyone who comes to stay in that room. The manager added,
We usually don't let anyone stay in this room alone. But there were 4 of you. I thought that would not happen to you.
On the same day, we left the hotel and took a bus to our home. However, when we returned home, we did not tell anyone about the hotel. I don't know if this incident happened in the hotel later